This visit to Catford TDP starts like many others, calm, observational, and entirely lawful. But within just 3 minutes, it spirals into something far more serious. An officer rushes in, physical force is used without warning, and a phone is taken straight out of the auditor's hand. No signage, no request to leave, no explanation until after the fact. What you're about to see raises uncomfortable questions about trespass law, use of force, and whether police can lawfully remove someone before they even know they're on restricted property. Watch closely, because the justification given later may surprise you, and the implications go far beyond this single encounter.
So PTTP is here at the next one. 10 points to whoever can guess where we are based on this sign. And I'll pick it back up in a second. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, PTTP is here at Catford. It's one that I've been meaning to do for a while when I come to London. So, yeah, here we are. We finally made it. So it's been done quite a few times now. The last few I've seen have not been too bad, to be honest. Not like it used to be when it first started getting done. So yeah, we're just gonna have a little look around, really. So yeah, it's a Catford TDP. Wow, look at that bike, guys. That's been I don't know, stripped down, taken apart a little bit. You can see the seats come up and off. Don't know if that's yeah, the whole front there is stripped off and everything. I don't know if that's been in an accident or whether that's been stripped down on purpose. Doesn't look like there's a number plate on the back of it. You can see that's where it would be on that holder on the back there, but it doesn't look like there's anything on it. There's a bag tied around it, looks like an evidence bag that they've used. Some little parts that have fallen off in the bottom of the bag. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so I wonder if that's what they do here. If I know, I think TDP is territorial something, isn't it? But yeah, interesting little one, that one.
Hello, sir. PCB from Catford Traffic Garage. This is private property.
Whoa.
So I suggest you get out.
Whoa.
Hey, what are you doing with your phone? Why are you recording?
There's no need for
there
that.
Was, because you're on private property.
Yeah, but
so what are you doing?
You're literally, you've come running up,
that's
put
right.
your hands on me,
that's
snatch
right.
the phone out
that's
of my
right,
hand.
because that's on private property.
Okay,
so
I'm
you
on
can stand there.
Property. Right, so you just come snatch the phone out of my hand. That was theft. You've just seized that. You did not give me reasonable chance to leave, did you? That was an assault. That was an assault. What's your collar number? What is your collar number? Now! I'm going to take the drone over. I'm going to take the drone over, mate. Don't you worry. Fucking tyrant. Absolutely disgusting, you are. Wow. Guys, literally just came running up, grabbed my arm and snatched the phone out of my hand. Like, literally just snatched it, grabbed me by the arm.
This is the moment everything changes. Up until now, the auditor is doing exactly what accountability channels do. Filming from an area with no visible signage, no barriers crossed, and no verbal engagement from officers. Then suddenly, an officer runs out, grabs his arm, and takes the phone. Legally, this is critical. Even on private land, reasonable force must follow a lawful process. That usually starts with a request to leave, especially where the public has no clear notice they're trespassing. Ask yourself this: if someone puts hands on you without warning and without identifying lawful authority first, how are you supposed to distinguish enforcement from assault?
Assaulted by a police officer.
Okay, 1 second, please. What happened exactly?
Just stood outside Catford TDP, and the police officer just ran over to me, grabbed the phone out of my hand, and pushed me to where he says was office property. But yeah, there's absolutely no reason to believe that where I was stood was their property, didn't give me the opportunity to leave, and literally just grabbed me straight away, grabbed my phone out of my hand and pushed me off premises.
Here's the issue that underpins this entire case: signage, or the lack of it. Police spaces are not automatically obvious to members of the public, especially when boundaries are unclear and gates are open. In UK law, trespass hinges on knowledge and intent. If there's no sign, no barrier, and no warning, the argument that someone knowingly trespassed becomes much weaker. This is why the auditor keeps emphasizing visibility and notice. The question becomes, should the public be expected to instinctively know where police land begins, or does the responsibility fall on the occupier to make that clear?
The police officer, not a security guard.
No, it was a police officer. He identified as a police officer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Where are you still outside of, sorry?
Catford TDP.
Where is that?
In Catford. Catford Police Base.
Sorry, I'm struggling to hear what. So Catford what? Sorry,
TDP is the police base. Security man, did you witness what happened there?
Sorry?
Did you see what happened there?
When?
When the police officer came and pushed me offside, did you see that?
No.
No? Okay, no worries.
So they came on, pushed you away.
Yeah, without giving me any opportunity to leave the site of my own volition, he just straight away grabbed me and forcibly removed me, and he took the phone out of my hand, which was a theft of property. He had no right to do so.
And where's the phone now?
I've got it back now, but yeah, it's still not okay.
And what is your name? And what's your date of birth?
I'll provide all that to the police when they arrive, mate. So,
Why can't you give it to me?
pardon?
Why can't you give it to me?
Because I want to make sure that they come and take the crime seriously, and I'll give it to them as a victim when they make the report.
And how long ago did this happen?
Literally less than 10 minutes ago. Hey, security guard, that's littering. I saw that.
Calling 101 to report an alleged assault by a police officer puts the auditor in an unusual position. Reporting the police to the police while still standing outside the same base. Notice the operator's first clarification. Are you sure it was a police officer? That alone tells you something. When even call handlers hesitate, it highlights how rare and serious allegations like this are. The auditor stays calm, factual, and consistent, which matters. Whether you agree with his position or not, documenting the incident immediately strengthens any future complaint or civil claim.
I'm on the phone to 101 right now, unless you want to come and take the incident. No? No, you're just going to deny services. Okay.
That's right, I'll come and explain where we are. We don't mind if you film.
Yeah?
We don't mind.
Yeah, but I want to report an incident of an assault.
Okay.
I'm on the phone to 101, but it would be much easier if you take it.
Okay, I'll come have a chat.
Are you going to take the incident? Because otherwise I'll tell 101.
That's fine. I'll find out what's going on.
Will you take the report? Because if not, if you are, I'll hang up on 101.
Well, first up, I need to know exactly what's happening.
Okay.
I'm Sergeant Brown. I'm from here.
You're Sergeant Brown, okay. 101, are you still there?
Yeah.
All right, I've got a sergeant with me. If things don't go If he refuses to take it, I'll call you back. But thank you for your time.
Okay, no problem.
Cheers. Bye. Sergeant, sorry?
Brown.
Brown, nice to meet you, Sergeant Brown. So I was filming, as you said, you don't have a problem with filming. I arrived and I went up to the blue bit there.
Okay.
As you can see from the exterior of here, there's nothing to suggest that, you know, the public can't go further than this. There's nothing to suggest that that area is police property. Nothing. There's nothing stopping a member of the public from going up there. I didn't go through your open gate because clearly I know the blue gates denote your property.
Yep.
I was just filming that motorbike that's deconstructed over there and just having a little chat about the motorbike. Should we move on to the pavement? I don't want to get you hit, sorry.
I'm fine, don't
Are you sure?
worry.
Alrighty. But yeah, so straight away, a bearded officer, constable came out, rushed over to me, grabbed me by the arm, snatched the phone out of my hand and just started shoving me off property. No, hello sir, how are you? How can I help? Can you please leave from police property? No opportunity to do that. Straight away, I'd been here less than 3 minutes.
Right.
And he just comes and grabs me and removes me. Now that's a common assault, and you know as well as I do. Yes, you have reasonable force to remove a trespasser, but there are steps you have to go through, and you have to give reasonable opportunity.
Yeah, we're discussing. He wants to make a complaint of assault, so we're just going through it.
Yep.
That's fine.
But yeah, so but yeah, I mean, you have reasonable force. You're allowed to use reasonable force to remove a trespasser. Yep. It's not trespassing until I've been asked to leave. So I wasn't trespassing.
We can remove you without even having to ask you to leave.
But I wasn't trespassing, was I? Until I was asked to leave, and he didn't ask me to leave until he had already grabbed me.
But we can still do it before asking, and then we can explain everything outside. So has he explained everything to
No.
you outside? He hasn't.
No. And he snatched the phone out of my hand,
Yep.
which was a seizure of property, a theft, whichever way you want to look at it. He had no right to touch my property.
fine?
Yeah, and take it. It doesn't matter if I've got it back. He removed it from my hands, and it's all on camera.
This is the turning point. Sergeant Brown confirms there's no signage, then states police can remove someone before asking them to leave. That claim is controversial. While occupiers can use reasonable force to remove trespassers, the law usually assumes the person knows they're trespassing. Removing someone who has not been informed, warned, or given opportunity to comply voluntarily pushes the boundary of what reasonable means. This isn't about whether police own the land. It's about process, proportionality, and whether force was necessary at that moment.
And IOPC are going to take you, it's going to get passed down to PSD. I would rather, Sergeant, that you go get the officer that was involved, bring him out here, and explain that that is not acceptable conduct. Like, I wasn't being aggressive. I wasn't trying to get into past your blue gate. There's nothing here that suggests that a member of the public cannot stand up against that blue fence. No, there's no signage, none.
Okay. In the past, we actually had on there no entry
Yeah,
passes,
but
it's not on there.
but there's not. Exactly.
Okay.
So, you know, at that point...
Okay, I know exactly which officer you're speaking about. Okay,
Yep.
it's PC Blake.
Right, okay.
Okay. I'm going to have a chat with him and explain about what he's done. Okay.
Can you bring him out here so I can get an apology from him?
Okay.
If I can get an apology from him,
Yeah.
I will not follow this through with IOPC.
You can follow it through. I can explain the situation to him.
Right.
Okay, and that he should explain himself.
Yeah.
Because why not explain yourself afterwards? Okay, that's not a problem at all.
Why not explain yourself first? Because at the end of the day, right, I didn't know that I was trespassing at the time. No. I didn't know that I was trespassing at the time because there is no signage and nobody had asked me to leave. As soon as the moment he put hands on me, I would have been within my rights to physically defend myself because I would have believed that to be an assault because I didn't know. There's no reason for anybody to believe that they can't be where I was stood. Is there? Until I'm asked to leave, until I'm informed that it's private property, would I not have been in my rights to defend myself?
Well, no, because if you've got the officer that's trying to...
No, do you need to get out?
Okay, so basically we're removing you from police premises. We still own it, whether it's signposted or not. You get a lot of buildings that are not signposted for what they are, we'll still remove people.
Right.
Okay, so in relation to that, I will speak to him to say he should have explained himself after the fact. However, there is nothing wrong with his conduct in removing him beforehand.
There absolutely
If you wish
is.
to turn around and make a complaint on that, please do. I'll invite you to. I'm Sergeant Brown, he's PC Blake.
PC Blake.
Yeah.
What's his call number? Do you know?
1133.
1133.
Tango.
Has he told you what's happened? Is that why you
I
can't?
know the officer, so I've obviously supervised this place before.
Yeah,
Okay?
but how do you know?
That's
How do you know
why
which
I'm
officer? How do you know which officer it was?
He's the only one with a beard.
Oh right, fair enough. I've got a long beard. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I must say, Sergeant, I'm very disappointed, especially from a fellow biker. I'm very disappointed. You guys are usually much better than this. I feel like you are now failing to act within your remit, and I feel like that is a non-feasance in public office. So that will be an IOPC complaint for yourself, Sergeant.
No problem.
Just to keep you fully informed about that, and so that you can be expecting it, because that's a serious indictable offence, up to 14 years in prison. So I think that you are failing.
The auditor raises a legally uncomfortable but valid point. Perception matters. If someone doesn't know they're on restricted property and is suddenly grabbed, the law considers how that action would reasonably be interpreted in the moment. Self-defense doesn't require certainty. It requires a genuine belief of imminent unlawful force. That's why clear identification, verbal commands, and explanation before contact are so important. This exchange exposes the gray area where enforcement tactics collide with civilian rights, and where misunderstandings can escalate fast.
Officer, and advising that you should have told you what we've done after the fact. However, we're within our rights, as you have already said, to use reasonable force to remove.
But again, it's not trespassing. It's not trespassing, is it? Until I've been informed that it's private property. How can it be trespassing? Am I trespassing in Tesco when I go shopping until they ask me to leave? Of course I'm not. You're ridiculous, Sergeant. More thin blue line thuggery. Gave me a wave as he pulled out, so I was flipped him the bird. Fucking twats. Alright guys, well stand by, I'm going to get the drone over in a second, and we'll get some aerial footage. So the sergeant said that he's going to go speak to PC Blake. Yeah, he's driven off in that direction, whereas PC Blake is inside that building. And this guys is an exact example of why the MPS are under special measures. This is exactly why people hate the thin blue line, because it's a thick blue wall. A sergeant failing to act within his remit, within his obligations to protect a member of the public. In fact, you know what guys, I probably won't even go through IOPC, I will just contact HNK solicitors straight away.
When the auditor mentions special measures, he's referring to ongoing oversight of the Metropolitan Police due to systemic issues. Encounters like this fuel public distrust, not necessarily because of one officer's actions, but because of how supervisors respond afterward. The refusal to formally log a complaint, the dismissal of concerns, and the absence of de-escalation all matter. Accountability isn't just about discipline. It's about demonstrating transparency. Ask yourself, if this wasn't filmed, how would this incident be remembered?
Another one. Make sure I get every registration. Oh look, got the McDonald's. Hope they're on break while doing that. Absolutely disgraceful. But yeah, so yeah guys, I'm gonna go find a good spot to stand. I think over here on the corner will be a good spot to set up with the drone, and yeah, we're going to get that up and running. So yeah, bear with me for a couple of minutes here. Start recording. And up we go. Straight up. Gonna go a little bit higher than that. There we go. So we're up to about 22 meters there. And yeah, here we go. Here we have Catford TDP. What you can't see from the road. So interestingly, they got like a little slope there that runs up to a garage inside the building. There. And then, wow, around the back here, you got all these territorial support units here. Interesting.
This case leaves us with some serious takeaways. A member of the public was physically removed from an area with no signage, no warning, and no opportunity to leave voluntarily. A phone was taken during that removal. A supervisor later defended the action and declined to formally record the complaint. Now we want to hear from you. Was the officer justified? Or did this cross the line? If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth police accountability breakdowns.